Steve Jobs. You hear the name, you think icon. But beyond the black turtleneck, beyond the revolutionary products, what was really going on in his head? What was the engine that drove all that incredible success? Well, we're about to dive in.
I mean, it's the question, right? The one everybody wants to know. Was he just a genius? Was it all just dumb luck? Or was it something deeper? Something that maybe, just maybe, we can all learn from.
And there it is. It wasn't some secret formula he kept locked away. It was a mindset. A really potent cocktail of 5 core beliefs that, when you put them all together, created this incredible engine for innovation.
Okay, so pillar number 1. This is all about trusting the journey, even when you have no idea where you're going. It's about having faith that your own unique experiences, well, they actually mean something. Now, this isn't some excuse to just not plan anything. For Jobs, this was about a deep, deep trust in your gut, in your curiosity. It was about following what interested you, even if you couldn't see the immediate payoff.
I mean, get this, the calligraphy class. He dropped out of college, but he stuck around and just took classes that seemed cool to him. One of them was calligraphy. Seemed totally random, right? Useless even. But fast forward a decade, and that knowledge became the secret sauce for the Mac's beautiful fonts. It literally changed personal computing forever.
So what's the takeaway for you? Don't write off your passions. That thing you're into, that skill that seems kind of random, it might just be the dot you need to connect later on. And, this idea of trusting your own journey, that flows perfectly into our second pillar. Pillar number 2 was an absolutely obsessive, no compromises focus on quality. And I don't just mean on the outside, I mean in every single detail. You see, for Jobs, design wasn't just about making things look pretty. It was fundamental. It was how a product showed respect for the customer. It had to be great because the user deserved it. It had to be perfect. This might be my favorite story about him. He insisted that the circuit boards inside the very first Mac be laid out beautifully. His engineers were like, "Steve, come on, nobody is ever going to see this." And his reply, "But we will know." That, right there, is true craftsmanship. And the lesson here, man, it's a big one. Push for excellence even in the parts of your work nobody sees. That is how you build something truly great, and that's how you build a kind of loyalty that lasts. All right, now for the one you've probably heard of. Pillar number 3, the reality distortion field. And let's be clear, this wasn't about, just making stuff up. It was about the sheer power of pure, unshakable conviction. Think of it as this wild mix of charm, charisma, and a belief that's so strong it literally bends everyone's reality. He used it to get his teams to do things that they themselves were convinced were completely impossible. Because he just flat out refused to hear that can't be done, his teams were pushed to invent incredible new solutions, to hit deadlines that seemed crazy, and to basically make magic happen. His belief became their reality.
So how do you use this? You have to believe in your vision with that kind of fire. And then you have to talk about it with so much passion and clarity that other people can't help but see it too and want to help you build it.
Okay, this next one, it's more than just a business tactic. It's a whole philosophy for life. It's about always being a beginner, always being a learner, and always being ready to take a risk. That famous line he ended his Stanford speech with, it wasn't just some nice-sounding quote. It was how he tried to live his life. Hungry for the next big thing, and foolish enough to believe you could actually pull it off. This was a guy who was always challenging the status quo, always questioning why things had to be a certain way. He wasn't afraid to fail. I mean, think about it. This is the guy who got fired from Apple, from the company he built. But he saw it as a good thing, a way to start fresh and learn something new, which ultimately led to him coming back and saving the company. So the lesson for us is pretty simple, right? Don't get comfortable. Never get complacent. Treat every failure not as an ending, but as data. It's information. Stay curious, stay ready to pivot, and you'll always be ready for what's next. All right, we're at our final pillar, and this is a big one. Jobs believed this was the thing that separated the good from the truly great, the incredible power of simplicity, the power of focus. And if you want proof, just look at what happened at Apple. When it came back in the 90s, the place was a total disaster. They were selling dozens of different computers, printers, you name it. It was a mess. He came in and just slashed it. He cut the product line down to just a handful of core things. And that focus, it saved Apple. And this gets to a really powerful truth, It's easy to say yes to things, to keep adding more features, more products. But real genius, real innovation, comes from having the discipline to say no. When you clear out all the junk, you're left with what's truly essential.
For you, for me, for anyone, this is an absolute game changer. Figure out what is most important, your core mission, and then be ruthless about cutting out everything else. Saying no to all the good ideas is what gives you the space to say yes to the truly great ones.
So let's put it all together. You've got these 5 core beliefs, and you can see how they all work together, right? You trust your journey to give you the dots. You demand excellence in how you connect them. You use your conviction to make other people see your vision. You stay hungry so you never stop learning, and you focus so you can pour all your energy into what really truly matters.
Look, at the end of the day, this isn't just some story about Steve Jobs. It's a blueprint. It's a way of thinking that you can start using right now. So the real question, the one that matters right now, is what dots from your life are you ready to connect?